Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today we're continuing on with the last day of TryHackMe Advent of Cyber 2023 event. This is day number 24, mobile analysis. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button with the notification bell. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the content and then comment below your thoughts and opinion on the information shared in the video. Without further ado, let's get down to business. Learning objectives. After completing this task, you will learn about procedures for collecting digital evidence, the challenges with modern smartphones, using autopsy, digital forensics with an actual Android image. Digital forensics. Forensics is a method of using science to solve crimes. As a forensic scientist, you would expect to collect evidence from crime scenes such as fingerprints, DNA, and footprints. You would use and analyze this evidence to determine what happened at the crime scene and who did it. With the spread of digital equipment such as computers, phones, smartphones, tablets, and digital video recorders, a different set of tools and training are required. When it comes to digital evidence, the ideal approach is to acquire a raw image. A raw image is a bit for bit copy of the device's storage. Forensics is an essential part of the criminal justice system. It helps solve crimes and bring criminals to justice. However, for evidence to be permissible in court, you must ensure that it's not tampered with or lost and that it's authentic when presented to the court. This is why we need to have or maintain a chain of custody. Chain of custody is a legal concept used to track the possession and handling evidence from the time it's collected at the crime scene to the moment it's presented in court. The chain of custody is documented through a series of written records that track the evidence's movement and who handled it at each step. All right, let's go ahead and skim through the rest of this here. Acquiring a digital forensic image. Acquiring an image for digital forensics can be challenging depending on the target device. Computers are more accessible than other devices, so we'll start by our discussion by focusing on them. The four main types of forensics image acquisition. You got static, live, logical, sparse. And let's consider the following two scenarios. The seized computer is switched off as part of a crime scene. The investigators stumble on a live computer that's switched on. A computer that's switched off. Imagine the evidence in a Windows 10 laptop that's switched off. We know by default the disk is not encrypted. We should not turn it on as it will make some changes to the disk and tamper with the evidence as a result. Removing the hard disk drive or SSD from the laptop and cloning it is a relatively simple task. It goes and talks about write blockers. So we rely on our forensic imaging software to get the raw image or equivalent. Finally, we need a suitable storage device to save the image. All right, and it starts talking about computer that's switched on. All right, go ahead and read through here. And there's a reason why you tell people not to turn off machines. All right, because you could lose that volatile information when if in the event you need to collect forensic images and such. All right, acquiring a smartphone image. The smartphone is ubiquitous digital device that we can expect to encounter. Modern smartphones are now encrypted by default, which can be a challenge for digital forensics without the decryption key. Encryption or encrypted storage device or storage looks like random data. Finding the decryption key is crucial to be able to analyze the image. Let us briefly overview smartphone encryption before discussing acquiring a forensic image of an Android device. All right, so be sure to read through all of this here. It talks about full disk encryption, file-based encryption, practical case. Tracy McGreedy's phone is company property. That means it was easy for Detective Frosto to seize it and ask Forensic McBlue to use his expertise to carry out the digital forensic investigation. First thing McBlue does is put the phone in a Faraday bag. A Faraday bag prevents the phone from receiving and any wireless signals, meaning Tracy McGreedy can't wipe its data remotely. Now that McBlue and has Tracy's Android phone, it's time to get an image. He successfully unlocks the phone using the same password used to lock everyone out of the server room 3 weeks ago. What a coincidence! All right, going in here, it talks about using Autopsy digital forensics tool to basically collect an image of the phone. So I'm gonna skip through all this here. Be sure to read through this if you're interested. I highly recommend reading through here so you know how the process works. All right, talks about the criminal. He is root. He issues the command, "Who am I?" He's also issued the mount command to find the mounted devices, but he would result. This would result in a very long list of real and virtual mounted devices. However, the application data is stored in the data directory. So we need to focus our attention on the storage device mounted on Um, / data to filter for the lines mentioned data. For instance, with blue, uses the command mount to grab data instead of just mount, etc., etc. It's got an example here. A DB shell, who am I, etc., etc. All right, starts talking about devices block something something. Think of this device as a partition of a smartphone's disk. McBlue wants to get this whole partition and analyze it using Autopsy. There are many ways to leverage the power of ADB and get a raw dump of dev block DM0. One easy way is ADB pool. And it's showing you the commands of how to do that, right? So we're going to skip through some of this here and it starts getting into Autopsy. I'm going to go ahead and start it up. It might be a little bit slow starting up here. All right, click new case to specify the case name. Let's use the suspect name, yada, yada, yada. Next, we need to provide the case number and the name of the investigator, for instance, Blue. Next step allows us to specify the name of the raw image, etc., etc. Now let's look at analyze the disk image retrieved from the smartphone. In other cases, we might use a local disk. We provide the location of the raw image we want to analyze. So let's say I get started up finally. Okay, we got the case loaded up here. All I did was open up a recently open case, and this is the one from Tracy McGreedy up top. All right, so make sure you pick the right one. There's only one in there that you can choose. But anyway, the first question was to find the flag, and the flag was on this file here, this board2.jpg. You can see there it's displayed. The next one wants us to find, I think, Van Sprinkle's password, and to do that, you have to go and sift through the messages, I believe. So as you go through these messages, you'll see the text right there. So you basically have to scroll through here and try to see. There's a password of the day, yada yada, password for you, and then there's a password. So that's the next, or that's an answer to one of the other questions. And let's take a look at this last question here. Now, the last one says you need to find out what they saved the detective's number as. And you can see here, they saved it as detective carrot nose. So that's going to be answer to the last question we had over there. So let's jump back over to the questions area and finish up the video there. But as you can see, you're going to be doing a lot of sifting through various different files to find pertinent information related to the case at hand. One of the photos contains a flag. What is it? Well, we saw that in the board picture, right? It said THM digital underscore forensics. What name does Tracy use to save Detective Frosto's phone number? As we saw in the other screenshot or a photo, it said Detective Carrot Nose. That's what he saved it as. And then one SMS exchange with Van Sprinkles contains a password. And we saw the SMS text messages conversation. As we read through this conversation, we saw that they were talking about passwords, and this was the password that was displayed. And that is it. It says if you enjoyed this room, please check out the autopsy room. So check that out if you're interested in learning more about autopsy. And let's see here. Let's continue on with these last few items here. One of them is just a survey, so probably won't take a look at that. Just be sure to do the survey when you're done with everything. And this is just pretty much the end of the story here, right? Um, this here is one thing that we're going to take a look at here to get this last flag. And it says Jolly Judgment Day instructions. Pick evidence that matches standard questions. You can select up to 3 evidence. You need to achieve a conviction score higher than 100 to win. You will lose the game if Santa loses all patients. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. You have to go through and basically submit the correct evidence for whatever questions they're asking here. And this can be a bit of pain in the neck and could take a while to go through because you have to go back and reference everything, all the other days you went through. So let's just try to cruise through this real quick and see what we can do. All right, this first one here I believe is the chat bot, and then also maybe this, I think it was the server takeover password. So submit that, confirm, excellent evidence, continue. Let's see. Okay, patient still 100%. Awesome. Okay, this one I'm pretty sure it was Purple Snow. So let's see here. Continue. And it says when in our team control the servers, what was the password? And I believe it was the greedy grabber one. So hit that one. Yep, we're doing good. So, okay, I'm on the right track. Okay, let's continue here. Let's see. I'm not going to read through this text. You can read it yourself and see what they're asking for. All right, I believe this next one is, let's see, the DOS simulator thing. All right, let's see. A server handle. So it should be that one. Let's submit evidence. Okay. And it was Greedster. So there we go. Continue on. All right. Next one is going to be the, I believe it's the USB. So let's go ahead and do that one. Submit evidence. Yep. Okay. Drop USBs. And there's this the one that had C2. Yeah, McGreedy secret C2. Remember this one. Okay. Continuing on. All right, continue. All right, this one here, I believe, is going to be forum post and malware sample. So let's select those two, submit evidence, confirm, and it's going to be Jingle Hacks. There we go. Continue. And I believe this is the stash one. Continue. Okay. All right. Number 5. I believe this was crypto miner and the C2 server creds. So let's go and do that. Crypto miner, C2 server creds. Submit. Okay, confirm and continue. And this was going to be, I believe it's, yeah, the McGreedy one. Okay. And then McGreedy. There we go. All right, I believe we're on the last round now after this. Yep. Okay. So the next one is going to be the remaining stuff, which is the message on the phone. So submit, confirm. Yep. Okay. And who did he send them to? And that was going to be Van Sprinkles. There we go. Continue on. All right, and there's the flag. Bam. So we're pretty much done. Wrap this up. Like I said, be sure to fill out the survey if you haven't done so already, and then you can continue on reading the end of the story there. But thank you for taking the time to watch all my videos going through the TryHackMe of Cyber 2023 event on TryHackMe. I'm looking forward to this year's event as well. As always, thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you go in and found something that you liked, what like different particular areas. Go and do some deeper research on those. As always, have a nice day, and I'll see you later.